Hello and welcome to the Silver Lining, the weekly geekly talk show where we discuss any number of topics that may have come up during the week. I am your host, Uncle Silver, aka Silver Greg, aka Greg, whatever you're comfortable calling me. And welcome to you, my co-host, the chat. Always a fantastic time having everybody here to discuss whatever gaming news may have come up during the week. And I feel like it was a little bit of a doozy. I feel like there were a couple of stories that were I feel like there were some smaller stories, and then there was like a couple of doozies, like really, really big stories. So I'm happy to be hanging out with everybody here, talking about whatever, whatever those weird, crazy things were. Hopefully everybody had a good week. Welcome to Friday. This, of course, is well, I guess it depends. It's always sort of weird. Like it's the weekend, right? But it's not the weekend for everybody, because I know, I always, it cracks me up, and it's, I don't want to say it's annoying, but I get it when I say, hey, happy Friday, hey, it's the weekend, and people, and people's response is, well, I work this weekend. Like, oh, okay, well, I still hope you have a good Friday, right? I don't want you to have a bad Friday because you have to work the weekend. I still hope I hope every day is good, but but it's Friday, so I hope your Friday is good. My week was okay. A little annoyed. I unfortunately had my sump pump broke in my my sort of sub basement thing. So I feel bad because so it's like a back basement under the kitchen. Like there's an outside little thing. You can't access it from inside. You have to go outside to go get to it. So I usually leave it cracked open, and then the cats that are outside, they go in there. I let them go in there. I've got blankets and towels and stuff for them to lay on. There's actually a heater down there, so it's a little warm right by the heater. So it's a warm place for them in the winter, and then in the summertime they can hang out down there, especially when it's raining. They can get away. I went to go and feed the cats outside, and I saw one of them, like his legs were all wet. And I can't go near him because he doesn't let me. So I would have grabbed a towel and, wiped them dry because it's cold out. But I saw the wet legs. I'm like, uh-oh. So I went down, and there's like 3 inches of water down there because my sump pump broke. And like I said, it's not connected to the rest of, like, my other basement. Basically, it doesn't mess up the rest of the house. So I had to go, and unfortunately, it just sucks because it costs money. But I had to go and get a new sump pump. Hey, Gorilla. Yeah, so I went and did that, and that was kind of okay. Like, it obviously could have been much worse. It could have been more damage or something like that. And I don't keep anything of value down there. Stopping in to say hi. Hey, Dragoon. Stopping in to say hi, but I'll be back in like an hour. I need to help take my niece and nephew to cheer soon. Jav, what's going on? TL, the High Wario, what's happening, everybody? Yeah, so I mean, the sump pump was kind of annoying. I'm addicted to Yu-Gi-Oh again. I was playing more of that today. So we started playing Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel. That came out yesterday on the Switch. Well, I guess it came out on multiple systems, but I'm playing it on the Switch. And I was playing it at work today. I was playing a little bit of it at work. It's nice. It's nice to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm still doing like the tutorials and stuff. I did the tutorial for Link Monsters, so I kind of understand how Link Monsters work a little bit. I did the tutorial for, what's crazy? I did the tutorial for Pendulum Summoning, and I still don't really get it. I did the tutorial, and I Pendulum Summoned, and I still not really sure I understand the ins and outs of it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go back into my old ways, which is I'm going to build my old deck. I'm going to try and find replacements for the cards that I used to use, and then I'm just going to play it like that. And if I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. I don't really care. And Pendulums, I still don't get, and I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For years. Forgotten General, Kira Queen, Neon Mole, Hero, what's happening? Kia, hi, everybody. Lynx and pendulums are a pain to fight against. I don't understand them. I'm hearing Metroid Dread sold at least 3 million. I think that's good for Metroid. That's my topic. Anyone have moments in Master Duel solo mode where the AI opponent takes more than a minute to make their move? I swear it wasn't even that slow in the Tag 4. No, I haven't had them like take super long. They're usually pretty quick when I play against them. Yeah, but I like it. I like that. Okay, stick around, but everybody have a good weekend. No problem. Forgotten. Have a good one. Yeah, I like it. It's nice. It's nice to be playing Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit. I feel like it won't last, but it's nice to be playing it a little bit. Somber in the hunt with a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Somber. Subscribe for 21 months. Very, very much appreciate that. Thank you so much, Somber. Yeah, but it's nice. It's nice to be playing that. It's fun. I tried. I was playing Oculus, and so there's this game on Oculus called Lone Echo, and there's a Lone Echo 2. Lone Echo 2 has this sort of VR demo. You can, when you're in the demo, you can sort of look around, but it's sort of like a quick introductory to the story a little bit. Oh, it's like a minute and a half, 2 minutes long. It was kind of cool, so I kind of want to play that. But then Zenith is coming out next week, so I feel like I'm going to dedicate some time to Zenith. So I don't know that I want to get into Lone Echo. Other than that, so Master Duel. I'm playing more Messenger. The Messenger is a really, really fun game. I actually really am enjoying that game. So I'm happy to be playing that. We were playing Ender Lilies on the stream. I am going to go back to it, but that game just sort of pissed me off. Hey, Man Spider. I'm doing okay today so far, Man Spider. How are you doing? Didn't know what to say about Yu-Gi-Oh. I felt a little bad. You don't have to, Kia, you don't have to always contribute. Sometimes you just listen to the conversation that's being had. That's what a lot of people do. Nothing wrong with that. Master Duel is real fun and honestly really free to play friendly. Haven't spent a single cent and pretty much got the deck I wanted to have. That's what I have to just play it more. I have to try and get more of the cards that I need. Can you trade cards between people? That would be amazing. If you could trade cards between people, that would be really, really cool. Because I think that would be an awesome way for people to build their decks faster. But I guess they don't want to do that. I guess they want you to try and play the game more, which is not bad. It's got like the buying mechanic where you can buy the crystals and open up packs, but you don't have to do that. Like you seem to get plenty of crystals, so that's really good. Yesterday I dueled someone with Pendulum, but the guy had 2 cards to burn my synchros and summon 4K monsters freely. So I played defensive with Wabaku, Bottomless, and Guardness. And those cards cost 1K life points each turn, so I got him to kill himself. Unfortunately, no, but crafting cards is pretty easy. I haven't tried that. I haven't tried the crafting cards yet. I trade you 1 Karibo for your Blue Eyes White Dragon. I mean, if I had it, I would do that trade because I don't use Blue Eyes. Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. I actually really like it, and free to play makes it really, really easy to get into. As far as performance, I know that they were saying like it chugs. I didn't really like. I noticed it chugging a little bit, but at no point was I like, oh my god, this game is lagging forever. Like it was fine. It was totally okay. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It also such a pretty looking game. Yeah, it's nice. I don't need it to be too pretty, but it's fine. It does its job. I haven't oh, you know what I unlocked? So you got the little buddy. Remember we had the little rabbit guy that's like your buddy or your mate or whatever it is. I got Sangan as a mate, which I think is on the path of what do you call it? The tutorials and the solo mode, so I guess everybody's gonna get it, but I got Sangan as a little buddy, so I'm pretty happy for that. It's fun to play, and I'd say it could be good for community day. I mean, yeah, it is free. We will have to try it at some point. We will have to try it online and see how well it works. Ronan, what's going on? I use Ash Blossom as my mate. I love her. Yeah, all I have is the Sangan and the one that you started with. I definitely prefer Karibo over Sang. Oh yeah, when I first saw it, I thought it was Karibo, and I'm like, no, wait, that's Sangan. Hey, Ronan. Yeah, but that was fun. I generally don't notice the performance issues unless they're like super awful, and I haven't had anything super awful. I haven't had it be really bad. I'd say the level layouts do not feel like Yu-Gi-Oh at all. They feel like League of Legends until you see the cards on the field, which I guess is, you know what's funny, AGM? I think they all look like that though, because doesn't Hearthstone look like that too? Hearthstone looks kind of the same way. I downloaded the Yu-Gi-Oh game today. I suck at Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, Ronan, that's what we're talking about. Master Duel, it's called. I like it. I think that it's a lot of fun. I look forward to playing it more. You know when I play a lot at work, like what eats up my time at work? I play SimCity Build It on tablet still. I still play SimCity Build It. So I probably need to figure out a way to pull myself away. That game is so weird. Like building Sims. I used to play Hearthstone. I tried playing Hearthstone and I had some sort of problem with loading it up, so I gave up on it. The only performance issues I notice are when the duel is loading and like a split second of chug during certain special summon. Yeah, that's fine, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You know what I play at work? Nothing, because Uncle is responsible. Stone, I play SimCity because my job has a significant amount of downtime. Realistically. But yeah, I sim building games I find to be very okay. This is great. I can play this for 20 minutes a day, and then I'm 3 hours later. 3 hours later, I'm still playing it. I find that's the way I am with sim building games. So I come today with sad news. Meatloaf died. Yeah, Latimer, we're gonna get into that. Just please refrain. I know that's a little weird. That seems like a weird thing, but like we'll get into stuff like that. But it's I don't know. It's because there was another death also. So I do want to talk about both of those. But yeah, it's sim building games are. I like sim building games, and what's funny is I don't play them that much. There aren't a lot of sim building games that I really play. I used to play SimCity on Super Nintendo and obviously stuff like Animal Crossing, but I never really got into some of the crazier ones. I know there's stuff like Age of Empires and Civ. Civ is one that I never really got into, and Civ is one that I never got into, and I don't know why. And I think it might just be because a lot of sim building games were PC. And so, like I don't know if you know any really good like console sim building games. And I don't like sim people. Like The Sims, I never liked The Sims. Never at any point was I like, oh, I want to get into The Sims. I don't find it interesting. I like sim building town and city games. That's more fun for me. I can't get into sim building games. I know it definitely has an audience though. Cities Skylines is a good city builder game that's on Switch. I was gonna get into Cities Skylines recently because I'm looking for something else besides SimCity Build It. And I was gonna get into Cities Skylines, and they're doing Cities VR. It's the same company. It's going to be Cities VR. It's going to be for Oculus and for other VR systems. So I don't want to play Skylines. I want my first Cities experience to be VR. So I'm waiting for that one. There's also another VR called Little Towns or Little Cities that I also want to check out. That seems like a smaller scale sim builder. So I want to check that out. I remember playing Roller Coaster Tycoon a long time ago. See, I think that's my problem is, like I said, I don't like sim games that are people. I think I don't really like sim games that are anything except city builders. I never really liked Roller Coaster Tycoon. I didn't like, what is it? Theme parks? What the heck was it? There was a theme park builder one. And I know there was Roller Coaster Tycoon, but then I know there was one, I think it was called Theme Parks. I don't have any interest in those. I need it to be town and city games. I need it to be like that. Did I get RE4? No, if I get my next VR game, because RE4 is still $40, which is unfortunately a little pricey for me right now. There's also I like Theme Hospital. Never really got into it. My next VR game, I think I'm going to play Lone Echo, but next week is Zenith VR, and I'm absolutely going to get that. What the heck am I stepping on? Oh, okay. Envelope. I was a destructive menace on Zoo and Roller Coaster Tycoon. There's a Zoo Park Builder game too. That's a recent one, right? Isn't that a more recent one? Zoo Tycoon, I think it's called. Isn't it called Zoo Tycoon? I almost forgot it was Silver Lining. My bad. Yeah, but I like VR Sim City, but you are the kaiju. Now that would be cool. And honestly, Wario, instead of not even a VR Sim City, just have a kaiju game where your job is to destroy a city, but the game is building it. Like they're rebuilding what you destroy, so you have to try and destroy it faster than they can rebuild it. That would be a pretty cool game. I think that would be awesome. I'm hoping. I was hoping to make RE4 my first VR purchase alongside Beat Saber. Beat Saber's so good. It's so good. It seems to positive right news and it has to be also be Brilliant Diamond. How can you be destructive in Zoo Tycoon setting? Yeah, can you do that? Can you like build it up and then set the predators free? Can you get a lot of people and then set the animals free on the people? Oh my God! See that's the thing is I like builders like that, but I'd probably be like a destructive menace at some point. That's why I like Build It. SimCity Build It. You can unleash disasters, and you're kind of encouraged to do so. Because when you unleash disasters, it destroys residential zones, and then you rebuild the residential zones with materials, and then you get like golden keys for doing that you can use for special purchases. So you kind of want to do that. You want to create the disasters and then fix them because you get points for that. You get stuff for that. We're gonna talk about Xbox. Yeah. We're gonna get into all of that. But yeah, I like builders. But builders can be a time sink. Builders can definitely be a time sink. Just take my money. I think that would be cool if they made a really cool mode in a Godzilla game. I like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. My idea for a VR experience is Power Rangers, where you pilot the Zords, and depending on the Zord or settings, you get different visuals, like how the Mastodon came from the snowy area. Can't wait to talk about Cloud. Oh God, yeah. I didn't see any of that. I heard people were talking about it. I'm hearing Banjo works okay. I'm hearing Banjo-Kazooie came out and that works okay. I'm not hearing anybody throw a fit about it, like they usually do about stuff. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Hey, Blaze Henry, I just saw you there. What's going on? And hi, everybody. If I've not said hello to you. So let's talk about this too. Let's get this out of the way. And I hate to say it that way, but I don't want to harp on this for too long. Ocarina of Time got fixed. That's really good. It seems they're paying attention to it, so hopefully they keep doing that stuff. I woke up this morning and I looked at. I was watching Miss Fushi play banjo on Switch, and it looks fine. Hey, Lilac, looks fine to me. I woke up this morning, rolled over, looked at my phone, and I saw the news. Meatloaf passed away. Rest in peace to Meatloaf, great musician. I did not follow the person himself, but he was a great musician. I think my mom really liked him. I think that it was one of those like Meatloaf song would come on, and my mom was like, "Oh, I like Meatloaf." So I rest in peace to him. He was 74. I think there's still no word on what the cause was. Which is, what's crazy is I was talking to somebody today, and Bob Saget had passed away, and we still, I don't think they released the cause of death for him either. So that is kind of a bummer. This year is crazy. And then, an hour and a half before the stream starts, I see Louis Anderson passed away, 67, I think, but his, I think they said was, complications related to cancer, because I believe he had cancer. So, Louis Anderson passed away. Louis Anderson was I like Louis. I like Louis. I know there was a Life with Louis show. I remember Life with Louis wasn't the cartoon, was it? He had a cartoon that I always thought was really, really funny. Life with Louis. Yeah, okay, so that is the cartoon they're talking about. That was such a good cartoon. Yeah. Can 2022 just chill for a minute? Life with Louis. You know what Life with Louis was? If you ask me. So this was. I believe it was supposed to be loosely based on his life. Like the mom and dad were kind of like. I think They were loosely based on his parents. Life with Louie, I think, was an afternoon cartoon. Airtime. I think that was an afternoon cartoon. No, the first 2 episodes aired in primetime on Fox in late 1994 before moving to Saturday morning. So that was a Saturday morning cartoon. Life with Louie was a Saturday morning cartoon. I believe Life with Louie, if they had kept that to a primetime schedule, I believe that cartoon could have been like King of the Hill is nowadays, where it had this adult following. One thing in the West, especially about cartoons, is that they're most of the time targeted towards kids, but you do have some animation that is geared towards adults and appeals to adults. Life with Louie, even though it was about Louie as a kid, I believe that show, if that aired at primetime, that would have been a show that grown-ups would have gravitated towards. I think so, because of the parent characters and the stuff that he went through in the show. I believe grown-ups would have gravitated towards that show, but they moved it to Saturday morning, so it became a Saturday morning kid show. So 2022 wants to fight first Bob Saget, now Meatloaf and Louis Anderson, which is just crazy. I'm gonna shoot my calendar for payback. Okay, I don't know what that means. Still no official word on Meatloaf. However, New York Post is trying to claim he was anti-mandatory vaccine and how he was vocal against restriction. They're reporting it was COVID that took him. So I saw that, Lilac. I saw that they said that when I first saw the report, it said due to COVID, but now I'm seeing that they are saying unreported, like they don't know yet. But I'm curious to see what they end up saying. I mean, I wouldn't trust the New York Post is like the New York Post is like half a step above a tabloid magazine. To be completely honest with you, they're not that great. I don't know who. So Louis Anderson did the cartoon Life with Louie. If you these are the things that I know him from. These are the things that I know Louis Anderson from. Oh, because the calendar is the only way to hurt 2022. The only thing I know Louis Anderson from are Life with Louie, which was fantastic. He was in the movie Coming to America. He was the guy that worked at the McDowell's, which was like the fake McDonald's. He was in a show. I think what was the show that he was in? Hang on. Louis Anderson, where he played did he play a trans person in that show? Yes. Baskets, was that the show? Okay. I think that was the show. I've only heard the name in a Family Guy gag. Yeah, he hosted Family Feud for a while. He had hosted Family Feud for a while. The thing that I had heard about him, the one controversy that came out around him, which was not something that he did. And actually here, hold on. Controversy. Let me see if I can find anything about it. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So this actually did happen. Okay. So I didn't want to say anything, before it. I remember this. Hold on. I'm going over it right now. Okay, so this is how it went down. So he had gotten. So it turned out that he was gay. I believe. I think that it turned out that he was gay, and he was getting blackmailed. Somebody tried to blackmail him and say that they were going to let everybody know. This was in '97. They were going to let everybody know. So they ended up paying the guy. According to Wikipedia here, In 1997, Anderson was blackmailed by a man named Richard John Gordon. Gordon demanded money from Anderson, threatening to reveal to tabloids that Anderson reportedly sexually propositioned him in a casino. Okay, so that's what it was. In between 97 and 98, Anderson paid Gordon $100,000 in hush money, fearing the story would threaten his starring roles in 2 family-oriented series. But when Gordon's demand increased in 2000, Anderson's lawyer informed federal authorities. Gordon, who was 31 at the time, was arrested for leading FBI agents on a high-speed chase along Santa Monica Boulevard. Gordon was fined and sentenced to 21 months in prison. Yeah, so that was. I remember hearing about that. What I had heard about that was that he was threatened, and so he just came out and said that's the way I had always heard it, was that he had just come out and said I'm gay. And that kind of killed it. But I guess there was more to it than I had thought. I think I'm familiar with Coming to America. Yeah, Coming to America was a great movie. To get off topic of him. That was a fantastic movie. But yeah, he was in that movie. He was the guy that worked at the fast food restaurant in that movie. But he was good. I just knew he was the host of Family Feud. He was the host of Family Feud for a little while, actually. I believe. I think he was the host of Family Feud while that controversy was going on. I think that's one of the family-oriented shows that he was on at the time. Coming to America, Baby's Kids, Mr. Wrong, television. Let me see here. Life with Louie was going on at the time. And the Family Feud was after. Family Feud was 99 to 2002 that he was doing Family Feud. I liked him in Family Feud. He was funny. But yeah, so that's that's the sad news for right now. It's kind of sucks. I got that was for Meatloaf, and then passed not long after. Fall Guys being the funny guy. Fall Guy being the funny guy. What's this? Oh, I saw this. This Fall Guys NFT thing. Yeah, so that's another thing that's going on. We won't talk about this for too long. Twitter has this thing where you can pay. I guess you buy an NFT, and it's the hexagon shape for your icon. I can tell you right now, if you ever see my profile with a hexagon logo, I have been kidnapped, and I am trying to signal you for help. Yes. So, yeah, nice of Twitter to make a public. Yeah, and that's what everybody's saying. Like, oh, this is great. It'll be much easier to block people. But yeah, if you ever see a hexagon-shaped icon on my profile, I have been kidnapped, and for some reason, my kidnapper is allowing me to use Twitter, and I am signaling for help. That's what I'm doing. Saying like that makes him sound bad? But yeah, I saw that, and I was like, oh god, man, there's always something. And then I just saw that the post office is doing something with NFTs. I'm mentally I'm just so exhausted. Mentally, when it comes to this NFT stuff, I'm just completely exhausted. I don't have the energy to hate everybody who uses NFTs anymore. Thank you, Twitter, because yes, now it's just easier. Now I see hexagon shape, I just block you. Not necessarily. People have been taking the screenshot. So here's the thing. I think I need to understand what this Twitter hexagon thing is, because you're saying that people are taking screenshots of the hexagon. What I thought was, so if you go to Twitter right now, your logo, your Twitter icon is in a circle. I thought that meant if you did that your Twitter icon would be a hexagon. So not necessarily a picture of a hexagon, but a hexagon-shaped logo. Is that not what it is? Is it literally just a picture of a hexagon? I never want to hear the letters N, F, or T in that order again. Fall Guys post is poking fun at the whole thing, saying, "Oh, please don't right click and scroll down and save as." Yeah, it's not a picture of a hexagon as your profile picture. Your profile picture would be in the shape of a hexagon. That's what changes. Maybe the post service could surprise you again and deliver your post. I mean, I get my mail all the time, but I don't. It's bills, so, right? I don't care. It's bills or it's junk. Yeah, I thought that's what it was going to be. Is that your profile picture is shaped like a hexagon? What if my name has the word hexagon? Will you block me? The official hexagon one is people paying $2.99 for them. But the people that have been saving as the NFT bros have been doing that. They're PFP2 now to okay, that sentence got away from me. But you're saying that the NFT bros are using a picture of a hexagon, but the people that are actually buying the NFT are their profile picture is actually shaped like a hexagon. You know what? You know what's funny? When I first saw that, I thought it used to be a square, right? Because mine is a circle. Mine is a circle unless I edited it a certain way. But mine is a circle. Remember when? So you're buying a $3 NFT that lets you make your icon a hexagon. Which, by the way, it doesn't really feel like an NFT if it actually does something. And I think that's sort of the point that I'm getting to. Remember when we just used to call that like cosmetic DLC? What if you could do that? What if you could pay $1 to Twitter and you basically customize your channel? You basically your page. So what if you pay $1 and it's like, oh, I can get a star-shaped profile thing, heart-shaped profile image? Wouldn't that just be paid? Like, why does it have to be an NFT? Twitter could not call it an NFT. They could literally say, we are selling customizables for your Twitter page. Why do they have to call it an NFT? I would pay $1 if I could make it so that my icon shape is a heart or a star. You know what I mean? Like, I think people would like that. $1 for no. Okay, so the music thing I would not do. I would not do the music thing because you enter a whole bunch of issues. I'm talking about shapes like that. How about $1? And you can make your title rainbow. Remember? Oh, this is going to be an old school one for us old school internet people. Remember you with the rainbow font when your name, you go into a chat room or something and the name of the person was in rainbow font. How about $1 and I can do rainbow font title for my Twitter page? What about like why even call them NFTs? Sell custom cosmetic skins for your Twitter page. That would make sense, and they're going after idiots' money. Before you cross over, notice the PFP in the names. Matthew is trolling NFT bros. It's actually a major problem. It appears to work for any NFT in your collection, not just verified collections. That means someone can just right-click any NFT, mint it, and then use it as their PFP. You were so close, Twitter. Why? You know what I was thinking was that couldn't I don't even need to do that. Like people are talking about, oh, well, you can just right-click and save the NFT, and then you can use it. Can I just make an icon with a hexagon-shaped picture on the Twitter blue background? Because then when I set it as my icon, it'll just look like a hexagon-shaped icon. It won't even need to be a custom hexagon shape. It's just a hexagon-shaped picture with the Twitter. Yeah, everybody's doing that. So yeah, you don't even need to do that. I almost kind of want to do it. What's this? Look, now I made, hey, look, hexagons to overlay your Twitter icon. Yeah. Just do that. It's so pointless. Yeah, I just, like, I don't, it's so stupid. Like, like, you're getting on this NFT train like there's a train, like it's fun. And all Twitter had to do was call that downloadable content. Was call that cosmetics. Paid cosmetics. Yeah, they've been doing it to really rub in how much money they waste. My problem is that everybody's looking at it as, oh, this is a great way to know who to block. And if I do it, people are going to think that they're going to have to block me. And I don't want anybody to block me for it. I want them to realize that, oh, you know what I should, oh, you know what? Oh, you know, it'd be kind of, like I just said with the different shapes, why not just do that with different shapes? Oh my God. Do you think, I feel like I shouldn't even say this because I feel like I should scam people. Do you think that you could scam people by making different Twitter blue background shapes and saying, hey, if you buy Twitters, you get a hexagon, but if you send me $1, I can set it so that it's hearts and stars and triangles and square. Right? I wouldn't even do, like, I wonder if I'd get a lot of people that are like, oh, here's $1. I wanna make mine a heart. And really, like, all you need to do is just copy the background and layer a picture onto it. Was this NFTs exist? Of course you can. NFTs exist. FBI, open up. Yeah, right. I've been found out. I've been found out already. If anybody's going to do that and you make a lot of money, please let me know. I would like a 20% cut of that for the idea. Yeah, the hexagon thing, it's not even special. It's really not even special. It's so close to a good idea, and then they ruined it by turning it into an NFT. It's so close to a good idea. Oh my God. What a week. We haven't even gotten into today's topics, and what a week it's been so far. But why don't we get into today's topics? No. When did this whole NFT thing start? Even now, I still don't know what they are. Gorilla, as far as I can, the best I can explain, and you tell me if I'm wrong, it is a non-real thing that people will try to convince other people, hey, if you buy this fake thing, if you buy into this fake thing, because it's so rare, it's hypothetically worth more money. So you can then sell the fake thing and make money off of it. But really, it doesn't exist at all. Like, I don't know how good or bad that is. You could have had the bird Pokemon that holds the leak. Oh, that's a great scam. Let's go 50-50. The president of NFTs even think how it's currently being used is a Ponzi scheme. Of course it is. Yeah, it's like a pyramid scheme, really, because you get an NFT and you sell it to people, and then you buy. It's like a big scam. It's all a big scam. It's just an elaborate scam. This thumbnail. So, the first topic today, and we are not gonna do spoilers. We're not talking specifically about the spoilers themselves. But Pokemon Legends Arceus has leaked, and I have a Polygon icon here. They don't really say a lot, so I don't think that there's a whole lot of information about it. I heard the Pokemon are in this new Pokemon game. Spoilers, they're Pokemon. A simple way to explain it, NFTs are like those stars. Yeah, this is the comparison I've heard a couple of times. It's like those stars you could buy in the 90s. If for anybody that doesn't remember that, they used to have this star registry, it was called. And it was supposed to be like a cute gift that you can get somebody. You would sign up for the star registry. They would pick a star and then assign it to you, and then you got to name that star after a person. And then it went into this registry, so that star was officially named after them. We had no way of knowing if that registry was real. We had no way of knowing if that registry was tied to NASA or any space service, so they would actually assign that star to your name. Those companies went out of business, and now you have nothing. You have a piece of paper that says there's a star out there in your name, and I think it would show you like what the coordinates are for the star or whatever. But it's irrelevant. It's literally just a piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything. That is the closest comparison to NFTs right now. Is this they are telling you that it's something so that you spend money on it and you think that it's worth something, but in the end it could just disappear and you have nothing. Buy that star, you own it. It says so on the paper. NFTs are like the ultimate NTR. You marry the love of your life, but everyone can go have a go at her where you sit watching helplessly holding the marriage certificate. I think that's called cuck. Are like those ads that go, yeah, there's the Scotland one I always thought was interesting, but the Scotland one's like legit, right? They actually do something with it. Breaking news, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield appear in the game. You can actually go to that acre. They plant a tree in that spot. You can officially put the Lord Lady title on your information, however. Go to the last place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space! You can own the star. Too bad the star in the sky burned out. Yeah, what Somber, what if they only pick stars that have already supernovaed? Which is kind of cool at the same time. I kind of like that. Then you visit that star, and suddenly you're in a legal battle. Yeah, could you imagine you make it to the civil? Well, that's the thing. If you buy a star, there's nobody living on it because stars don't have people living on them. Planets have people living on them. Now, if there was like a planetary registration, that would have been interesting. Hey, Lizard. So while it's a cute gift, unlike NFTs that damage the environment, or the star that does nothing, at least the Scotland one is trees, so it helps the environment. I got a contestant in Space Court. Oh, that's what it is. But yeah, so Pokemon Arceus leaked. What it appears that it might have been games that broke the street date. So then people bought them. Obviously, they start streaming them, they start data mining them, they start uploading stuff. We won't talk about the specifics of what was in them. I will say that I watched a video that has some stuff. Now, the video that I watched didn't really have any story spoilers, except one. It basically spoiled, and I'm not going to spoil anything, so don't everybody freak out. It basically spoiled the premise of the game. Like where in the time, and again, this might be stuff that you already knew. I haven't been following the game, so I don't know what of this is information that's already been out there, or what was leaked here, what I watched that was leaked. So they talked about the premise of the game, which is to say the time period of the game, and they showed some Pokemon. They showed a lot of the battle mechanics, some of the movement and whatnot. Again, and this article has spoilers on it, so I won't read anything else about the article. I'll be completely honest with you. Seeing the game being played, like legit, like not a curated trailer, and just watching footage of the game, I'm more interested in the game. I'm more interested in the game. Without having storyline spoilers, except maybe one, and without, you know what I mean? Like without having the whole thing unfolded in front of me, I'm more interested in the game now than I was before. Because now I got to see, because trailers don't do it for me. A lot of the time, especially with Pokemon games, trailers don't do it for me because they're curated. They're going to show you cool things, and that's it. And they're not going to show you the core of what the game looks and feels like. They're just going to show you Pokemon, and they're going to show your character running around because that's what they want you to see. So seeing pure gameplay, I'm actually much more interested now. I'm much more interested in the way the battle system looks. I'm much more interested in the way the Pokemon looks, the environments look. I would really be interested in checking this game out. This is the most interested I've been in a Pokemon game because it actually has an interesting premise and ideas. When can we get battle and motorcycles? So we can do Galactic Senate. We know that it's like far in the past. Okay, so you do know that. All right. So okay, so I won't say anything more. I'm not going to buy it first day, so I'm going to see. Yeah, and Jav, that was why I didn't mind watching the spoiler video. I was like, I'm probably not going to buy. I really didn't expect to ever buy this game ever. So I'm like, I'll take a look at the spoilers. I'm not missing anything. Like, I still don't know the story of Sword and Shield. I have no interest in playing them, so I don't know anything about them. If there were spoilers right now, I probably would check them out. But, I'm sure they're not really spoilers now. I mean, obviously you just watch videos on it. But I don't care. Like, that's the thing. So I knew that I wasn't really going to care about this game. So I was like, I'll check out the spoilers, see what's going on. Now I'm interested. Now I'm genuinely like, this actually looks pretty good. I'm waiting for the Kirby game, then I'll look into Pokemon Arceus. Yeah, most of the time the trailers aren't gameplay. They just show you little things here and there. Did I watch the third? Yeah, the one that I watched is 13 minutes. That's actually the one. Maybe we watched the same one. What if the leak was a stealth tactic by a Pokemon company? So I've had people say, "Hey PK, I've had people say that that's not true." I had Derek say, because Derek has been involved in embargoes with Pokemon. I believe Johnny said he was also. Ryan said he was. And they say that that's not true. They say that there's no way. I still am not convinced. I think that in this particular situation, this kind of feels controlled. I still say it's possible. I don't think so. I know. And Blaze is now saying it's not true. I'll be honest with you, Blaze. I'll be honest with you. No one's going to convince me that it's not true. I know that everybody has said it. I know that people are involved with it. Nothing is going to convince me that it's not true. It's not. I am convinced here. Okay, here's the things that I'm convinced of. Let me give you a couple of my gaming conspiracies that I am convinced of. I am convinced that companies, even if it's not this time, even if it's not true with the Pokemon game, I am convinced that companies release things early as leaks because they want to gauge interest or they want to generate interest. I believe that companies have done it with movies. I think that there are movies that the Sonic trailer. Look at the original Sonic trailer with Teeth Sonic. You'll never convince me that was not released super early in that style because they wanted to gauge interest. Although I still think it was I think the other conspiracy there is that they did that on purpose because they knew it would generate more interest because people were going to, if anybody's talking about it horrified, they're going to talk about it more. And I have a whole separate thing with that. I'd agree, but seeing how many Warner Media employees that have been fired from leaks within my organization. Oh, okay. So you've seen actual people. Yeah, I guess because I don't know what you do exactly, Blaze, but I guess if you're closer to it and you see the ramifications of it, the outcome of it, maybe you would know. I still think that there are companies that do it. I still think there are companies that release things early and, oh no, it got leaked 3 months early. What a coincidence that it gets leaked early enough for you to have time to fix whatever people don't like in it. What a coincidence. You can't gauge interest in a completed project. It's already too late. So what happens when you leak a trailer a year early? This is their chance to gauge interest. I'm a telecom cable, so I see a lot of shit with Warner Brothers HBO Max. Yeah, I still say that again, even if it's not happening specifically now, I still think it happens. You're never going to convince me otherwise. You're never going to convince me otherwise. I don't know why there's so many leaks. The soup is going to suck. Well, you're not going to eat the soup because the bowl is all leaky and it's going to spill all over the place. Actually, a leaky bowl for soup would be good because all the broth would leak out and you're left with delicious ingredients. Yeah, they definitely did it for Spider-Man. Sonic and Deadpool. People are saying Deadpool did that. Filming will be all done by then. Mr. L. Filming will be done, but CG work may not be done. Look at the Sonic trailer. What did they have to fix in the Sonic trailer? Sonic. That's all they really had to fix were all the scenes with Sonic. They could have made the scenes and finished Sonic in those scenes specifically for the trailer and then waited to gauge interest. When they found out Teeth Sonic was horrible, they had to rework those scenes and make the rest of the movie. That was always my theory with that. Where when the Teeth Sonic trailer came out, they had not made the CG for the rest of the movie. They were waiting to see what people thought of Sonic. And then when they saw that he was horrifying, they changed everything. It's NFTs to sell you. I hear they prevent cancer. The only thing with the Sonic trailer is that they already had merch that was being made of awful Teeth Sonic. See, that's the only thing that throws me off with the Sonic theory is that there was already merch for it. That kind of threw me off. So you're saying we could have had the Snyder Cut as the OG Justice League movie? Hi. Meow. Yeah, the merch is the one thing that goes against it. Teeth Sonic Cut is out there somewhere. What I want to know is there a market? God, there has to be. Is there a market for Teeth Sonic merch? Is there a market for that? Can you go on Twitter and on eBay and buy officially licensed Teeth Sonic merch? I always say teeth because it's just a funnier way to say it. Didn't the studio working on the Sonic movie also go bankrupt or something after having to rework it? Oh, look, I hope not. God, I would. Is there Teeth Sonic? Hold on, I have to see now. Is there teeth? Is there Teeth Sonic merch out there? In the 2020 video, what is it? Sonic. Oh, this is. Oh, damn it. Sonic Hedgehog. Hold on. Teeth Sonic Hedgehog. Because I'm getting ads for the Sonic toothbrush. Hold on. I'm getting ads for the wrong thing. All right. So that's that. No one could look away. This is all the backlash and stuff. It doesn't say that there's merchandise for it. Oh, I hope that there's merchandise for it. Oh my God. A bad porn parody was made out of it. Yikes. As Halloween decorations. The company that had to rework it, they ended up shutting down. The company who made the CGI was shut down, but it was not because of the Sonic movie. I wonder if it was just because stuff was happening, and in the Sonic movie, stuff just was like the nail in the coffin. There's a Halloween mask you can get. It's very horrifying. Okay, can you link that to me? Hold on. Teeth Sonic Hedgehog Halloween mask. Halloween mask. Hold on. Is there a Halloween? See, there's an ugly one, but I feel like that's not Teeth Sonic. Like, I feel like that, I mean, I guess it kind of is. Sort of. It just, that doesn't look like Teeth Sonic. That looks like a bad Sonic mask. I'm looking at them side by side. I guess it kind of does. But you know what the problem? Okay, so here's the problem with it. This is the problem. Here's what I'm seeing right here. Hold on. I'm gonna link this image. Oh, it's a. I will never accept all cookies. Hold on. And that's the same image. I'm not going to accept the cookies. Okay, I'll let you look it up. Will Greg find Teeth Sonic merch? Find out in the next episode of Silver Lining. I won't link it because the page asks you to like click for like accept all cookies, and I hate that stuff. The problem that I'm finding with the Teeth Sonic mask that I'm seeing is that the mouth isn't open. If it's Teeth Sonic, I need the mouth to be open. You will not accept my cookies. Well, that's different. That's different. Yeah, I don't like that the mouth isn't open. It's got like a smirky smile. I don't want that. I want Teeth Sonic. I want the teeth. I need the with the oh my god. Yeah, if I get that as a mask, that would be great. CJ, what's this? What's this? Oh, this is from when they closed. Okay. That's from when they closed. Okay. Moving picture company. Is that who they were? All right. So that's them. All right. So I'll leave that open because I want to look at that later. There's also a body to go with it. Let me see. Yeah, I mean that's kind of bad. It's crazy because the suit in the first package looks better. Okay, yeah, this okay. So the picture is a different thing. The suit looks horrifically great. That looks horrifically great. Yeah, my search algorithm is getting destroyed. Paramount will auction off the original CG model as an NFT. God, why does that sound like it makes that? Why does that sound so possible? Yeah. I'm sorry, we're talking about Teeth Sonic in the Pokemon section. But yeah, the Pokemon leak is going back to Pokemon. I don't know how we got on the Sonic. Oh, because it was a leak. So I'm interested. I'm actually interested in seeing what the game has to offer now. It looks really good. Like I said, again, I won't talk about the story or anything, but, did anybody here watch it? Let me ask you, did you guys watch the Pokemon information? Did you read anything about it? Do you even care? I know a lot of people one of the reasons I watched the video is because I don't really care. I mean, Sonic's a Pokemon if you remove the gloves and the nose. I dived into the leaks. No. It seems like a lot of people are just trying to avoid it. I've seen some of the leaked Pokemon, and I'm very excited. I'm more interested now than I was initially. I only saw six-ish minute trailer. Yeah, I didn't care, so I watched it, and that made me kind of care a little bit. Which is crazy. But I don't know if anybody's gonna get in trouble for it. What I haven't seen is I mean, obviously you're not gonna see like Twitch streamers and stuff, but. I don't care about Pokemon. I was talking about the official gameplay demo on YouTube. Was there was a demo for it? Was there a demo for Arceus? My interest in Pokemon was lost a long time ago. And TL, I think that's why I was kind of interested in seeing the leaks now, because this is a different style of Pokemon game. It looks something like more in line with what I would be interested in playing, but it's Pokemon, so I do like that. And there's speculation. So there's speculation about can I find this image? Is Arceus a mainline game? Hold on. So they released an image. I'm gonna see if I can find this. This thing. Okay, so hold on. So they released this image. Let me see if I can. Oh, I'll link it to you here. Copy. Paste. So this image came out, and buddy, okay. And what this image does is it sort of like brackets off all of the mainline games. So if you click the link, you look at the image. You can see they have Pokemon Blue and Red together, and then Yellow's on its own. Crystal is on its own. That's Crystal, right? Gold and Silver, Ruby and Sapphire, Fire Red and Leaf Green, Emerald, Diamond and Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Black and White 2, X and Y, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, that's the one that throws me off. We'll get into that. Sword and Shield, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and then Arceus. These are all mainline games. And I was going to say Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are probably not, but they follow the story of the first game, right? Don't they follow the Gen 1 story? So they are technically remakes of Gen 1. So they are technically mainline games. So a lot of people are looking at this image saying that they are, because I think it was either Nintendo. Who was it that posted this image? Let me see. Was it Nintendo or was it game? Nintendo creates official. So this was Nintendo that did this. Nintendo creates official infographic of all mainline Pokemon games from Red and Blue to Pokemon Legends Arceus. So they're basically blatantly saying that Legends Arceus is considered a mainline game. They're flat out saying it, or that's the speculation. The speculation is that they're flat out saying it. Yeah, it's the exact same map. They're basically Gen 1 remakes with Pokemon Go aspects to it, like some of the capturing and stuff. That's what got me really interested. This image and this speculation that now this is what the main line is going to be moving towards. If this is what the mainline franchise is moving towards, I would pay more attention. I would actually pay more attention to this because this looked like a gameplay style that was more interesting for me. So I'm interested to see if this is just an incorrect infographic or if they are indeed moving towards this model. From what I saw, I can tell you that it needs work. That they're already and again, I can only say what I saw, and what I saw was very limited, but it looked like there might be some things that might need some work, and not in the sense that they're bad, but maybe they're just not fleshed out completely. But if this is a new direction for the mainline games, this is a good step. This is a very good step. So I'm actually genuinely interested to see what this game has to offer and whether or not it's going to be considered mainline. If they're going to bring these mechanics into the mainline franchise and change how Pokemon games are done. Because I mean, it's only been 23 years. So I know after the release of a franchise, 23 years is a bit too soon to be changing up the formula. I know that it's just like, man, we just had Gen 1 and now all of a sudden they're doing everything different 23 years later. I know that that's a bit of a shocker for everybody. But let's see if they go in a different direction, change things up a bit. I know it's soon, but who knows? Maybe that's what they're doing. 26 years, because Red and Green came out in 96. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Because, yeah, well, it's saying 1999 here, but I guess that's when we got them. Are we talking about Pokemon? Well, there was leaks. There's news. If you know. What's my Oculus email for gifting codes? I have to... what the heck is my Oculus email? What's my Facebook email? Hold on. Let me see if I even know it. Because it's my Facebook email, right? Isn't that what it is? Do I even have it here? I don't even know. I'd have to track it down. I completely forget. Remind me. Do me a favor, Blaze. Send me a message on Twitter, and then either Twitter or Discord, and then I will write it down. I think I know what it is, but I'm not entirely sure because my Facebook I don't really use. Well, you use an email to log into Facebook, but I use my phone number. That's the thing. But you have to. I think you have to attach an email to Facebook. So that's what I have attached to it. My personal, well, the channel's Discord. Right? There we go. Yeah, the channel's Discord. Just send one to me, and then that will remind me to look it up and send it to you. And thank you, I guess, since I assume I should be expecting something. So thank you. I appreciate that. Lone Echo is looking pretty interesting. Yeah, I actually tried Lone Echo like a video trailer demo thing, and I thought that looked kind of cool. But yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested to see what they do with this game. I'm not. I was quick to write off Sword and Shield because it looked like same old. As far as gameplay goes, I didn't really care so much about the graphics. I know that when Sword and Shield was coming out, I know people were complaining about the graphics. I know that there was a lot of complaints about the national decks. I didn't really care about either of those. I just wanted the game to be fun. But the gameplay looked like it has been the entire time, which to me gets stale. It gets for a variety of reasons that gameplay gets kind of stale. Whether this is a one-off game or whether this is the new direction for the mainline series, this game looks good. It looks good. And now that I've seen the gameplay in the leak videos, I'm more interested in it. I'm definitely more interested in it. But we're going to move on. So, Pokemon leaks, funny. Oh, do you like my my image here? That's funny. Sword and Shield Diamond Pearl remakes look like a step backwards. Remember when people were having a fit because Mario, Zelda, Castlevania 2 were so different? Yeah, they had one game under their belt, and people were like, "Oh my god, they changed everything." Like, you didn't even try it. All right. We have to talk about this. We talked about this earlier in the week, but we have to talk about it here. Hey, both of those are great. In what I believe money-wise and influence-wise, this is probably the biggest acquisition in gaming ever. I think so. I think that numbers wise, you can confirm this is the biggest acquisition ever. Biggest game buyout since Microsoft bought Bethesda. Microsoft has announced they are buying or have bought, I guess, Activision Blizzard and King. I say Activision Blizzard, and they also bought King, which owns Candy Crush. I just don't know how big Candy Crush is. I don't know. I know that everybody knows of it. I've never played a single second of Candy Crush. I've never downloaded it or anything. So I don't know if that's, I didn't even think that was a game that was still going on. But yeah, I know that they make a lot of money. I know that King makes a lot of money. Candy Crush is gigantic. So they are buying this company. Obviously, you cannot talk about this acquisition without talking. Well, let's talk about what they're buying first here. You're buying Activision Blizzard and King. Some of the notable franchises here that you're buying with this. You're buying Overwatch, which Overwatch has had. I feel like Overwatch is on a not necessarily a downward spiral, but it definitely is not as popular as it was. I know that there was a massive competitive league for Overwatch, which I assume is still going on. Overwatch is just a series that I never really followed. But I never really got to play the game, which is a shame because I actually wanted to play the game. They haven't technically bought them yet. Diablo. Everybody's saying Crash and Spyro. Tony Hawk. Yeah, I have a couple of the notable ones here. See, I here's the thing. Crash and Spyro are pretty big. I don't think that they're as big as the names that I'm looking at right here. I think that the names that I'm looking at right here are arguably bigger than Crash and Spyro. Overwatch, Diablo. I feel like Diablo is a massive name. Even if it hasn't had as many games as Crash and Spyro, I feel like Diablo, when a new Diablo game comes out, everybody's paying attention. I feel like that's a franchise that everybody pays attention to when new Diablo stuff comes out. Call of Duty. I don't think there's any question that Call of Duty is massive. World of Warcraft. You're buying the company that is for all of the Final Fantasy 14 memes, critically acclaimed MMO. You should start a character on my server. I'll run you through some dungeons. For all the meme that is about that, World of Warcraft is, I feel like that's the game that put MMOs on the mainstream map. There were MMOs before WoW. There was stuff like EVE Online, but WoW, in my opinion, from what I saw, WoW put MMOs on the map in a way that no other game before it has. And until now, there was never anything as significant in the MMO space as WoW. Final Fantasy 14 is finally cracking that armor. Although I could really say that WoW is cracking their own armor because the game really has sort of declined. Everquest, thank you. Everquest was the other one. Everquest and Ultima Online. See, I knew people that played Everquest. Everquest is not EVE Online. Everquest is what I was thinking of. Ultima Online, I knew some people that played it, but it was never really crazy. I feel like Ultima Online never had mass appeal or mass recognition. You knew Ultima Online if you were in that space. People who were not in video games found out what Everquest was. Unfortunately, it was usually because people were addicted to Everquest, and that was how those stories got out. But I without knowing about MMOs at all, I remember knowing about what Everquest was. WoW was the big one. WoW was the one where you had celebrities coming out saying they played WoW. You had celebrity commercials. You had Mr. T hand grenades and all kinds of nonsense. That was where it entered mainstream, I believe. Outside of video game. For me, when I say mainstream, what I mean is, do people... Yeah, Ozzy. Remember Ozzy had like a character and stuff? When I say mainstream, what I mean is that people outside of the video game space knew what it was. That's what I'm talking about. When you talk about Iron Man's real character name is Tony Stark. He was an alcoholic who had problems. You know what I mean? Like, you talk about these things. Before the MCU started, before Iron Man 1, if people knew that stuff, they were probably really into comic books. When Iron Man 1 hit and MCU and Marvel knowledge started to become mainstream, that's when you found people who knew Iron Man was Tony Stark and they knew nothing about comic books. That to me is when something hits mainstream. When you say Final Fantasy VI and you ask about Final Fantasy VI, outside of the video game space, most people are not going to know what you're talking about. Half the time, they're going to make a joke about how it's called Final Fantasy and there's 6 of them, when really there's like a million of them. When you get people outside of video games who know what Final Fantasy VI is, that's when you start talking about mainstream. That's what happened with 7. People who were outside of the RPG space started to know what Final Fantasy was because of Final Fantasy VII. So I as much as I say Final Fantasy VI is my favorite RPG, one of my favorite RPGs ever, my favorite numbered Final Fantasy, definitely. I knew that Final Fantasy was always a within gaming thing, and outside of it, you had people talking about Final Fantasy VII. That's when I knew that was the one that was like, okay, this is like cracking into the mainstream. Or at the very least, it was cracking outside of the RPG market. Halo. Okay, so Doom kind of did it. I think Doom kind of did it too. I think Doom really brought FPSs into the mainstream. Again, sometimes in a bad light, when it came to Doom. But Halo was a game that really cracked past the FPS armor. Doom was big for the people inside that space. Halo was the one that took people that were not a lot of people would say, I never played an FPS game until Halo 1. That was the game that sort of cracked through that armor and went into the more mainstream gaming environment. The only mainstream comic characters for a time were X-Men, Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man. Yeah, exactly. MCU is what made it more mainstream. World of Warcraft, I say, is the game that brought MMOs into mainstream. That was when people outside of MMOs and outside of gaming in general knew what that game was. Without Doom, there is no Halo. And without Wolfenstein, there is no Doom, right? Seaweed chips are nice. So you're buying World of Warcraft. You're buying Candy Crush. Obviously. Really big one. Really big one there. And you're buying StarCraft. Which, I don't know. The people that I knew who played StarCraft absolutely loved it. The people the thing I always knew about StarCraft was that it has a massive following in Korea. Like, I remember hearing that South Korea has like a massive StarCraft following. This was before we knew esports as we do today. I remember there being like stadiums filled with people watching StarCraft tournaments. Is owning StarCraft anything now? When was the last thing for that? Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's probably more of the name than anything, but you have the name, you can make something out of it. Now you can turn StarCraft into something. Maybe we'll finally get StarCraft Ghost. Master Chief and Doom Guy added into Call of Duty Warzone. We could put Halo Infinite Team into War. Oh my god, you're right, Blaze. Wow. Hold on. Blaze, you're bringing up some good ideas. So we gotta back burner that for a second here, because we gotta talk about the rest of this. So obviously this is a lot of powerhouse that you're buying. And then of course there's smaller ones. I mean, you guys, Spyro and Crash, Tony Hawk. What did somebody, hold on, somebody had a thing, what did you say, like Hexen? Somebody said Hexen. Let me see if I can find it. Somebody listed off a bunch of stuff. Call of Duty, Candy Crush, Crash Bandicoot, Diablo, Guitar and DJ Hero are they really doing anything with those games anymore? Hexen, Overwatch, Skylanders, Spyro the Dragon, StarCraft, Time Shift, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Warcraft. Yeah, I feel like a lot of those are just StarCraft 64. Nintendo can get StarCraft Ghost on NSO or StarCraft 64. Guitar Hero VR. I was never a Guitar Hero guy. I was bad at it. For the one or two times I played Guitar Hero, I was not good at it. Considering that Microsoft has been making Age of Empire games, they could make a new StarCraft. So I think the first, okay, let's talk about this. Growing up, what would you say was the game that made video games mainstream? Pac-Man made video games mainstream. Space Invaders, it was Pac-Man and Space Invaders were a little before my time. Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario 1. I knew a lot of people that played Atari 2600, but they were treated as kids games, and when the crash started to happen, they stopped caring. Super Mario Brothers 1, for as cliched an answer as it is, that is the game where people know it. Outside of video games, people know it. And here's, okay, Pac-Man, absolutely. But here's the thing about Super Mario Brothers. Most people will recognize Pac-Man as the character. Most people will recognize Super Mario as the character. People outside of video games will still recognize the Super Mario theme. Tetris. See, now Tetris wasn't really popular until after that. I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it until after. But massive purchase here. Obviously, let's talk about the elephant in the room here, which is the controversy going on behind Activision Blizzard and every company underneath them. Which I have a couple of things here that we want to talk about. Obviously, you've got a lot. Microsoft has a lot of work to do. Microsoft has a lot of work to do to fix what these companies have done horribly. I do believe they're going to do it. I know that I think they said something about they're not moving the management around. Bobby Kotick, I think, is already out, and of course, he's come up with some BS comments about how this has nothing to do with him leaving. He's definitely being pushed out through this. There were comments earlier in the week about how they said they're not going to get rid of the management. I don't know about you. I think that that's BS. I think that they are stringing the management along because they need people to keep running these companies because they don't own it yet. They don't have the ability to restructure the company yet. I believe they are putting things in order, and once they have the final go, and once they have the final say, and it's okay, we have the keys now. Now it's our decisions. I honestly think they start pushing people out immediately. I think that we're going to see I think before we see anything, and that's the big thing, is that, it won't be finalized until next year. We're not going to see any changes on anything that's going on for a while. So all of this is speculation. All of this is just, theorizing about what might happen. The first thing they're going to do is restructure. You're going to see a large-scale restructuring of management. Absolutely. I don't think that is a question. I think that is a matter of when, not if. You're going to see a large-scale restructuring of the management. I foresee them moving franchises around. I would see them switching up teams. I would see them switching up directions. I wouldn't mind seeing... Here's what I'd like to see. Yeah, trying to order around a company before regulators approve, you'll sabotage the whole thing. So you can't touch it yet. You have to say, restructuring, but keep Bobby Kotick. I think that they're saying we're not going to touch anything because they can't say that. They can't say that they're going to. Bobby and a lot of managers have clauses in their contract that they can't be let go on a whim without full cause. I think it costs a lot of money to swap all instantly. It'll be gradual with the management team, the bigger ones first, recoup money, and then the smaller ones later. That's the first thing I'd like to see. That's the first thing I'd like to see is a restructuring of the management. The second thing I'd like to see. There was a thing about, I think it was Sony last year that made comments about AA games. And even maybe, I don't know if single A games are even a thing, but AA games specifically. It feels like we've seen this vanishing of AA games. There's almost this idea, it almost feels like there's this, everything is a big AAA title, a big AAA release, hundreds of millions of dollars to make, and then everything else is like, let indie devs handle it. Because they're going to have so many franchises under their belt now, I would like to see them take some of these franchises and turn them into smaller scale franchises, releases. StarCraft, obviously is a very big name for them, but maybe they could start putting out some StarCraft content. You guys mentioned like Hexen and some of these smaller ones. Why not make some interesting AA games out of those? Or if you don't want to make some of those games, Microsoft has the power, the ability, and the resources to allow other companies to take control of some of those games. Hey, you're an indie dev, or you're a in-house, what is it? Second party, I guess, developer that we own. Want to make a Hexen game? I want Spyro 4. Yeah, everything is AAA unless you're Nintendo, who'll put out a small game. So I would like to see. Look, bring Gravity Rush back. So with all of these developers that they remember, they went on that like buying spree a while ago. You now have a bunch of franchises under your belt. Why not turn some of those franchises over to some of these other developers and get out some of these games? This could be very interesting. Obviously, there's a big concern. There is a big concern here, and that is one company having too much control. One company having too much influence. There's the joke about how in 20 years, the entire country is going to be owned by 5 companies. There's going to be 5 companies, and then everything they own underneath is going to encompass everything from entertainment to news to food and retail work. Possible Microsoft might be investigated because it seems that this purchase might put Microsoft on notice with the FTC, because there's an antitrust law that's supposed to stop constant mergers because in the 90s, Microsoft got sued for wiping out their competition in the OS market. Yeah, isn't that already true? Yeah, Disney already owns the media. Yeah, I mean, the media is already owned by 6 big companies. So the antitrust thing throws me off because they're not everything. Because I guess maybe people say monopoly. People throw around the word monopoly like it's a monopoly. It's not really a monopoly. It will be a monopoly if they bought Sony and Nintendo. But it's not a monopoly. But I guess that there are probably antitrust laws to avoid it getting even close to that. The problem is, how do you stop that? How do you stop this from happening? Let's say you step in and you block this acquisition, right? Let's say the FTC steps in. They block this. They say, no, Microsoft, we can't allow you to do this because you're going to own too much. Okay. They don't do it. But what happens if Activision, Blizzard, and King dissolve on their own? King's probably not going anywhere. They've seen like mobile gaming, they seem like they've got a low overhead and they just pump out content and they make a fortune off of it. Activision Blizzard, they have a lot. They have a lot of resources that they pay for. With all the controversy, what happens if these companies go away and Microsoft's just the only one left standing? Can the FTC step in and break up a company because all the other competitions dissolved on their own? Is that even possible? Yeah, the FTC might let this slide, but if Microsoft does it again, they might step in. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing, is that I'm not going to pretend like I know how all of that stuff works. It's interesting because this is not a monopoly. Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard King is not a monopoly. I'm just going to call them ABK. Because there are lots of other game developers. Not to mention that the indie space also fulfills a giant hole in the market. So it doesn't really feel like a monopoly. This doesn't feel like something that the FTC can stop. So like I said, I don't know how all of this stuff works. I don't know what the rules are. But it really doesn't feel like they can stop this. Hold on. Let me read some comments here. I've been looking at your comments. Okay. Amazon owns the Washington Post. Microsoft's deal is going to go through. Obviously, you would have to break the studios down to, like, Activision Blizzard has multiple companies in it, for example, which is a very, there's an interesting point about that too. There's an interesting a story that came up today that I thought was interesting. How do you measure that? Microsoft has a lot, but there's also a lot of other gaming companies, from AAAs to indies. So it's not really a monopoly. That was funny when this first happened and people were like, "Oh, it's a monopoly." That's literally not what a monopoly is. A monopoly would be Microsoft owns every gaming company, and they don't. They just own a lot. It's one thing if a company is dying, but Activision wasn't a dying company. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, I don't think that's arguable. It's a board game. It's why they might be trying to ease fears over COD so as not to provoke the FTC. I think you could argue that the merger would give Microsoft too much control of the U.S. games market. Maybe that's where their argument is coming from. Maybe that's where the argument could be based on. I don't know. I don't think you can prove it, though. That's the thing. I don't think you can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Microsoft has too much control. I mean, if you think about it, in the console space, they're third place. So even in the console space, they don't have a dominating control. They're third of the three. In the gaming scene, the top three revenue companies are Tencent, which is wild to me, Sony, and Microsoft, though Sony did take a hit in stocks from the announcement. Yeah, monopoly would require 51% control of the given market, and I don't think they have it. I really don't think they have it. Obviously, this has also raised fears about, are these franchises going to be Microsoft exclusive? And I think that plays into it. I think that plays into the monopoly aspect of it. Are these games going to be Microsoft exclusive? I am convinced that they will turn certain franchises into exclusives. First and foremost, as far as buying these things online, yes, I do think, other than Candy Crush, other than the mobile game, I do think that from this point on, later on down the line, obviously we're talking about years from now, I do think that eventually, if you want to buy these games on PC, you have to go to Xbox, to Microsoft Store. I do think that you have to do that. But Microsoft Store is accessible by everybody. So I don't know that that's a monopoly. I don't know that you're monopolizing any of this stuff, because anybody with a computer capable of playing PC games in the first place can go to the Xbox on Microsoft Store and buy these games. There's no fee for joining the store. You know what I mean? There's no exclusivity to online gaming stores. You go to the store, you buy the game. So that is not an exclusive. That's what throws me off when people say exclusives. It's like, if it's on PC, it's not exclusive. I don't think it's exclusive if it's on PC, because anybody can go to the store. Microsoft has more money than any of the top three gaming companies combined, so spending $70 billion is chump change. Yeah, remember that that Microsoft is not a gaming company first. Microsoft is a software company first. But PC is also through Microsoft. Hold on. What do you mean PC is also through Microsoft? Because I can build a computer and not use Microsoft at all. I can use Linux-based systems. I don't have to use Microsoft to go, but you go to the store, right? Before the announcement, Microsoft shot past Apple to have think with 3.7. Wait, 3? Okay, hold on. What? I can use Steam to buy my game. Yeah, but Marcos, that's my point. That's my point. My point is that in the PC space, people are saying, oh, well, these games are going to be exclusive to Microsoft. Yes, but anybody can go to Microsoft. It's sort of like saying console exclusive, but all you have to do is walk to the store and grab a console and not pay for it. I feel like console exclusives wouldn't be a thing if you could just walk to the store and get a console for free. All I have to do is go to the store and buy a game, and I get the console for free. If that were the case, are console exclusives really a thing? Yeah, okay, I need an Xbox to get it, to play the game, but I get an Xbox for free when I buy the game. So it's not really online exclusive to me if I can just go to the Microsoft Store online and buy the game. Console exclusive, obviously, is limited to the console. If I want to play console exclusive Microsoft games, I have to buy an Xbox. Sony games, I have to buy PS5, PS4. Nintendo, I have to buy a Nintendo Switch. People still don't like that. But other than Nintendo, a lot of their games come out on PC anyway. Because Nintendo is still alive. Because Nintendo is still alive because of that particular practice. Wait. People still don't seem to get that. Sony can't just respond in kind. Yeah, like, I don't know what Sony's supposed. People were like, well, what's Sony going to say about it? I don't know what Sony's supposed to say about any of this. I don't know what they're supposed to say about any of this. Here, let me do that. Hang on. To be fair, you have to have a Windows OS to get into the Microsoft Store. Oh, do you? You have to have a Windows OS to get into the Microsoft Store? Oh, okay. Sony doesn't have Microsoft money because most of it comes from PlayStation. Would Sega still be considered fourth place even though they dropped out of consoles? Yeah, I don't know. I think they're like lower now, right? Yeah, I don't really see any of these going to console exclusive. As far as console exclusives go, I don't see any of them going to it. I see them being Microsoft exclusive. You have to go to the Microsoft Store to buy the games, but it's free to access those stores. So I feel like that's a possibility. On the heels of that, Phil Spence the man, who can I say honestly, Phil Spencer, somebody that I am coming to respect a lot more. I don't know much about the person, but he constantly looks like the guy that farted and is waiting for you to smell it. Right? Spence always, when I envision Spence, this is the face he's making. And I feel like he farted and he's like, and he's like, because he's waiting for you to smell it. He's waiting for you to go, oh, dude. The more I hear from him and the more I read about him, I seem to respect him a lot more. I'm respecting him a lot more. And it's comments like this that I respect. So he went on Twitter and said, had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor our all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our friendship. I think that's really good. I think that it's good that he's saying something like that. My only concern in this comment, I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard. What about future games that have not had deals made yet? That's what I'd be interested in seeing. Past the games that we already know might be in the works, I'd be interested to see. Meanwhile, Warzone will stay on play. Well, Warzone is PlayStation. Xbox has Warzone. Doesn't Xbox also have Warzone? Yeah, future games will most likely say. I don't know. I'm curious about that. I am curious about that. But so it is interesting to me that he specifies that existing agreements. So I'd be interested to see what happens when they write new deals for some of these companies. The good news is they now own the companies, so those games could potentially get better. That's good. I am happy for that because Warzone needs a lot of work. I'm not even going to get into that right now, but Warzone needs a lot of work. This is just business. Why would Sony be saying anything about Microsoft decisions? Atomic, a lot of the time people just want to know because Sony is like a peer. You know what I mean? It's Sony is a company peer. They are in that same space on that same level. So it'd be interesting to see what they have to say about it. Obviously, they're not going to say whether they think it's good or bad. They just, people just want to get a comment off of them. Realistically, they can't say anything about it. They're not gonna take one side or the, like. What are they going to come out and say? Wow, this looks unfair. Like, they're going to look snarky if they say something like that. So they're not really going to dive deep into any sort of comments about it. We do not know for sure, but I think it's fair to compare a single-player Bethesda RPG to COD in terms of revenue. Yeah. Remember, he was also being this vague when they first bought Bethesda, and when the deal was done, he was more clear to say future Bethesda games were going to be Xbox exclusive. So, yeah. So, I'm interested to see what happens later down the line. But for right now, Call of Duty is going to stay multi-plat. Well, PlayStation, I guess, because Call of Duty's not really on Nintendo, so PlayStation is the only real issue here. But that was good. That was good that he came out and said something. I respect that. No matter if they keep new games on Sony platforms or Xbox exclusive, Microsoft will still continue to see the majority profit from these games being sold, whether it's a subscription to Game Pass or game sale on both consoles as well as PC. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it behooves them to keep it multi-platform, because if more people buy Call of Duty on Sony on PlayStation than on Xbox, they're still going to make that money. So why not? Why bother? Maybe Nintendo will actually get a COD now. You know what I'd like to see on Nintendo? I was never a Call of Duty fan. I was never really a Call of Duty person. Warzone is the game that sucked me in, but I was never really a Call of Duty fan. I also don't really have any big interest in playing the old ones. Going back and checking out some of the old ones. Warzone is the only game that really interests me. I don't see Warzone coming to Nintendo ever. Like, clear, I really don't. That system is not. The system doesn't feel strong enough to handle Warzone in any way whatsoever. What I wouldn't mind seeing come to Nintendo, people have been talking about remaking or remastering older Call of Duty games. I'd be interested to see something like Modern Warfare 2 go to the Switch. That's like a fan favorite game. I'd be interested to see what would happen if they just put Modern Warfare 2 on the Switch. Warzone comes to Switch, Cloud Edition. I don't see any COD coming to Nintendo ever because they're I don't get the 500 gig thing. Call of Duty, like the modern Call of Duty games are that big, but old Call of Duty games weren't. Yeah, I don't want to see Warzone on Nintendo Online. Yeah, because there's a COD mobile. There's a Call of Duty mobile game I think could be on the Switch. Remasters of something like Modern Warfare 2, I think that the Switch could handle something like that with gyro aiming. While I hope this will have more goods than bads, I still disapprove of Microsoft buying their exclusive games rather than actually making them. I don't know. You know what? I'll be honest, Dragoon. I don't know how I feel about that because when they were making them, nobody cared anyway. Here's the problem. When they were making their own exclusive games, nobody cared. Everybody says that they weren't that good. Halo wasn't even exclusive to them, and everybody associates Halo with Microsoft. Nobody cared. When they started buying a bunch of game studios, and it was like, oh, well, now these studios can work on exclusives for them, everybody says, well, I don't agree with that either. So what is Microsoft supposed to do to get exclusives? They weren't making good ones, or ones that anybody cared about anyway. They weren't really giving them as much of a chance. And then when they bought game studios to do it, everybody got mad at them for that too. So here they are buying established franchises, and everybody's still mad at that. Like, I don't know what they're supposed to do. A cloud version could work as long as they don't run it on crappy gaming laptop like Square is doing with Kingdom Hearts. Microsoft is doing the equivalent of paying someone else to do their homework, but buying all of the tutors. I mean, does it work? Right? Does it work? At the end of the day, I don't want to see anybody suffering, but I want to play some good games. I don't know. I Dragon. I don't know. Maybe I just don't see the problem with it as much as other people might. I don't really have a problem with it. They're funding these companies. They're taking these companies and they are going to let the companies do a lot of what they're doing. I don't see, and especially in this particular situation, like specifically with this, you have Activision Blizzard, which has been mired in controversy over the last year. This is that was one thing that threw me off when this was going on. When this first started, when this news dropped earlier this week, people were like, "Oh my God, now Microsoft's horrible." What are you talking about? If Activision Blizzard was horrible all on their own, obviously when they weren't owned by Microsoft, they were doing really, really terrible things. They were never. Activision Blizzard was never going to fix Activision Blizzard. 100% straight out, everything on the table. People wanted the culture at Activision Blizzard, the practices of AB, Activision Blizzard, AB, I like that. They were not going to fix it. They were not going to fix it. The only reason there was any attention brought to it at all was because somebody else brought it up. Other people complained about it, and they had to comment on it, but they were never going to fix it. They were going to lay low until everybody stopped paying attention, and they were going to do the same crap they were always doing. Another company buying them is what was going to fix this. This is an opportunity for Microsoft to fix what Activision Blizzard was never going to fix. They weren't. They really weren't. So when you look at all of the other problems that were going on with some of these franchises and stuff, this is a chance to fix that. As far as oh my God, now they own it, so now they're terrible. What if they're going to fix it though? What if that's the plan? And the example that I always use is a dictator, somebody who puts themselves, they rule with an iron fist, and they put themselves at the top, and they say, I am the dictator, I am the king, I am the person that is in charge of everything. That sounds horrible, but what if they're good? What if that king, that guy, that dictator person steps on top and says, I am the ruler of everything, and my first order of business is to clean out a lot of the corruption, to make sure that everybody is well taken care of, to make sure that everybody has enough to eat and enough to drink, and we're not going to commit any crimes. Make sure everybody, you know what I mean? Like, is that a bad person? Dictator's the wrong word, but that's sort of how everybody looks at it. How they get into power, though, I had a whole theory about it. I mean, obviously, we're talking about dictators, right? We're talking about something that is normally associated with something really horrible. But they aren't immortal. No system. Yeah, no system is incorruptible. Obviously. But that's why, and that's what I'm saying is that, and we're not talking about guaranteed. We're talking about hypotheticals. We're talking about hypotheticals here. Right now, all we have are hypotheticals. And that's the thing is yes, Microsoft could take over and be terrible. Or they could be great. But a lot of people are complaining about this like they know 100% they're going to be terrible. They absolutely know they're going to be horrible. And it's like, you don't know. You actually don't know. Now, what's the history that we have with Microsoft? Does Microsoft have a history that we know of? Do they have a history of massive crunch, belittling employees, unfair, unsafe work conditions, overly stressing out there, like all of these bad practices? Does Microsoft have a history of that? I don't know. If they do, I would say, ooh, they have a history of monopolistic practices in the OS department, I guess is what you're saying, is in the OS department. I know that that's been a thing, which I still say that it's not really a monopoly. For the Halo series. Now, did they have Halo at the time? Or was that still, who was that? Bungie in 343? Halo Infinite had really bad crunch and was rushed out broken. I don't know about Microsoft themselves, but definitely from the companies under them. Exactly, from the companies under them. So I'd be interested to see what the situation is here. I'm cautiously optimistic. And maybe that's a flaw. Maybe that's something that people hate about me. I know that some people say that they like that. Maybe I'm really annoying with that. Maybe I'm super obnoxious with that. But I choose to be cautiously optimistic. And what I would say is that right now we don't know. Yes, this could be really bad, but it could also be really good. This could actually be really good. So I'm interested to see where it goes. Obviously, like I said, we're not going to see anything about this for years. We're not going to see any real solid results for this for years. I feel the issue is that they are getting them at everyone else's expense because in the short run, it's not affecting anyone and it may never. But in the long run, they may eventually just may go like many before. And now it's only for us like they're doing with Bethesda. But again, Dragoon, there are people that are saying what you're saying like it's absolutely going to happen. And the bottom line is we just don't know. There are people, and I'm just mentally exhausted by it. I'm mentally exhausted by this idea that it's absolutely going to be terrible. And it's like, well, then stop. Here's what I'm going to say. Yeah, I just don't trust big companies at all. I don't trust big companies at all. Here's what I'm going to say. This is going to be super harsh. This is going to be really harsh. But here's what I'm going to say. If you have got it into your mind that these companies are all 100% horrible, that these companies are not going to do anything good, that they're always going to say something good up front, and they're always 100% going to do something bad up front on the back end. If you honestly believe that, then stop playing video games. Stop. Don't support these big companies. Don't support their consoles. Go play everything on PC, emulate games, don't ever buy anything. Only support games from indie developers. Only buy the PC version so you don't have to buy any other hardware. By the way, if you hate Microsoft and you are sure that they are a nightmarish company, get rid of your computer or get rid of your OS because that's a Microsoft OS. You have to have some sort of optimism about this stuff. Because if you honestly really believe that nothing good is ever going to happen in the gaming space, stop playing video games. Go read a book. Read a book. But I guarantee you, some controversy is going to come out about that author. You're never going to make me not like Harry Potter just because we all hate JK. It's like there's controversy everywhere. I don't know. I posted a thing about and I apologize if I feel like I'm attacking anybody or if somebody feels like they're being attacked right now. I posted a thing about the Lego game and there's crunch. There was crunch. So I can't like the Lego game now. Mr. L, thank you so much. In the hunt with a Twitch Prime sub. Very much appreciate that. Subscribe for 25 months. I can't like anything anymore. Every company has something bad about it. There are no. I feel like there's no product out there that I can consume comfortably. What's that? It's probably enough for Capcom. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm allowed to like anymore. And I say it on Twitter. I say it once in a while on Twitter because something always comes of it. I don't know what I'm allowed to like anymore. What am I allowed to like? I can't be excited about this. I can't be interested in this because Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard and Activision Blizzard's terrible. Microsoft has known to do horrible things. Nintendo's been known to do horrible things. Nintendo has had problems with squeezing the market. Sony's had problems with squeezing the market. All these companies have done horrible things. So what am I supposed to like? I was going to say fruit, but then the controversy is you robbing the animals of their food in their homes. Yeah, I'm not supposed to eat meat because meat is murder. I'm not supposed to eat vegetables because I'm taking the food out of animals' mouths. Like, there's nothing I can like. I don't know what it is I'm allowed to like and not get in trouble. My favorite joke about it is the joke where somebody says like, I can't make a comment nowadays without offending somebody. And then the first comment on that is wow, so we're all babies. Right? I guess we're all babies, huh? And it's like, you exactly proved the point. You exactly proved the point. What I do is I like the thing but don't like the people. Yeah. But then Kia, then people say you're wrong. People say you're wrong for that. You know, I can't read Harry Potter because if I go watch the new Harry Potter movie, I'm supporting JK. What happened when that Harry Potter MMO game came out? Or what the heck was it called? It looks like a Harry Potter MMO. Day one. I'm not buying this game. I'm not giving any money to J.K. Rowling. It's not like she gets a nickel for every time somebody buy Hogwarts Legacy. Thank you. I can't buy that. I can't go to Chick-fil-A. They're horrible. They give money to the Salvation Army, and the Salvation Army is a horrible company. I'm not even allowed to give money to homeless people, technically. I mean, that's not even an organization. I can't give money to homeless people because they won't fix their lives if you give them money. Like, there's nothing I can do. I can't do anything that doesn't have some sort of consequence to it. You know, I bought a bidet toilet seat attachment, and I'm surprised nobody has yelled at me because I'm wasting water. You should just use paper that uses more water. It messes with the environment. Like, I would not be at all surprised if there are people that say that. It's those reactions that keep me off Twitter and Reddit. I want to get that game, but God, I don't know whether that would be fine without offending. It won't. Sondox, I can tell you right now, it won't. It won't. Somebody's going to get offended. I feel about it is that, like, wait. My feeling about it is that like whatever you want, like whatever you like, but acknowledge whatever problems that come with it. Yeah, I do. And I acknowledge that there are problems. I acknowledge that there was crunch on that Lego game, and that sucks. That being said, the game looks great. But am I horrible for liking it? Am I horrible for watching the trailer and thinking, wow, that looks kind of good? Hey, Axel, look, you're wasting water. See what I mean? This is why I'm not on Twitter. I mean, obviously, it's a game. If people get offended by a game, they should grow. Like, I don't know, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting that you know what? We talked about this a second ago. We talked about this a little bit ago. NFTs. If a celebrity, no, I know, Axel. If a celebrity comes out and says they like NFTs, am I supposed to cancel them? Am I supposed to not watch every single thing they've ever done ever? Am I going to be wrong? If I watch, what was it? It was like Tara Strong was promoting this movie that was being funded with NFTs. If I watched that movie, am I an ass? There's a problem with NFTs now? Yeah, right? Yeah, when did that start? It's exhausting. It's exhausting. And this whole thing right here is a good example. Like, Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard, I think that more than 51% of this is a good move. I think that as far as the Activision Blizzard stuff goes, hi, buddy. I think that more than 51% of this is a good move. But I feel like I'm not allowed to say that. Oh, wait, hold on. He hit the. Oh, sorry about that. It got really loud for a second. Yeah, you're explaining the exact reason why I only have Discord. But I can't say that, right? I'm not supposed to say this is a damn good thing that Microsoft has bought this company. Oh, well, don't you think? No, I do. I acknowledge all of the problems with Activision Blizzard. Do you think that Activision Blizzard was going to fix itself? Do you think that these people that were in charge, that were doing these bad things, left to their own devices, were going to fix the problems? Of course not. What do I think about Microsoft owning a whole bunch of owning this overwhelming share of gaming companies? Let's see what they do with them. When Disney bought welcome to being a Pokemon fan who has enjoyed the recent games. People just got ridiculously thin-skinned over time. You're kind of right there. You know what, Exel? No, you know what I would say, Exel? Not that people have become thin-skinned. I would say that people have decided that being offended is the first response. I feel like that's more of what it is. Because if I would say that if people were legitimately thin-skinned, they would be more resistant to consuming these products from these companies that they think are bad. But in reality, what ends up happening is bad news comes out, and the first response is, oh my God, they're horrible. Cancel them. And notice, 6 months, a year later, we're still doing it. We're still there. The people who complain are still consuming it. You know how I know? You know how I know that that's true? Admittedly, and I think most people here, I would say that most people here, probably most people can admit to this. For as much as we complain about how horrible of a company Amazon is, most of us will buy a product on Amazon.com if it's the cheaper version of the product. For as much as people want to say, I do not support companies that engage in unethical practices, most people here will go to Amazon.com if they have the product and it's $5 cheaper. Am I a hypocrite for doing that? For looking at Amazon and saying they are a horrible company and then turning around and going to Amazon.com and buying something? Or am I just out of options? I feel like I'm just out of options. But I don't have Prime either. Hawk, I can admit to that. I will admit to that. I don't have Amazon Prime. Amazon and Walmart and Target. You're not gonna convince me that Target isn't a bad company. We just don't know it. I have to go to bed. I hope I don't get canceled for that. Obscure. You're laying down. How first of all, Obscure, you're laying down. How dare you? All right. Don't have Target and Walmart. Yeah, Unqualified Gamer there. So I know Unqualified Gamer in real life. We used to work at the Bullseye, and they are a crappy company. Inside, they're a crappy company. They do some crappy things. Yeah, and Marcos, I can't win this argument because there's no winning side. I think that that's the bottom line here. I think that the bottom line here is that there's no winning side to this. If I don't support the company and I exclude every product that comes from them, I basically live in a cave. If I exclude every company that does something horrible, I essentially live in a cave. And if I don't exclude every company that does something horrible, I'm a horrible person. So I don't know what I'm allowed to even think anymore. And it's frustrating and it's exhausting. This Microsoft deal with Activision Blizzard, I think is a good thing. I think that this is overall a good thing. Yes, there are some concerns. We need to see how they play out. But on the surface, I think that this is at least a 51% good thing. I think that this is a good opportunity to fix some of these companies. I think this is a good opportunity to bring back, to utilize franchises that have been left in the dust, that people have been asking for a very long time. I definitely think this is a good chance to remove a lot of the horrible aspects of these companies behind the scenes. But I have to also acknowledge that Microsoft is evil. They're all evil. And you know what? They probably are. They probably are. But at this point, I can't consume nothing. I'm just exhausted. Yeah, there's no winning side. Just pick a side and fight. Basically, as hard as that sounds, just pick a side and fight. Yeah, Disney. I'm not supposed to like Disney. Disney's a horrible mega corporation. They bought Marvel. They bought Star Wars. They're buying all of this stuff. They own all of this media. They're part of this media group that owns. They're horrible. You know what? When the next episode of Boba Fett comes out, I'm gonna watch it because I'm exhausted. I can't ban.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Exel Ager, thank you so much for the follow. This is still a little loud. Thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciate that. Oh, that's loud. Okay, sorry, I hit the wrong knob there. Sorry if that was super loud. Yeah, when Sage hopped, he turned some of my volumes around. The rabbit is just as bad as the mouse. Just watch the product. I saw someone make a good point about the Harry Potter J.K. Rowling issue. If the books, movies meant something to you, then no one can take that from you, because what it means to you doesn't belong to the author, and it's yours and yours alone to cherish and share. Absolutely. If you follow all of the things you're supposed to be offended at, you'd be living under a rock. Yeah. If I abandon all of that stuff, I was born into a capitalist society. Why am I being scrutinized for participating in something that is out of my control? Yeah. If I don't participate, I die. I die. If I don't eat Kellogg's products, well, Kellogg's products I can avoid, but not to mention they're taking all the names off of their food. I got so many messages about playing Diablo 2 Remastered because all of the Act Blizz stuff came out right before it released. Messages saying how I'm a horrible person. As bad as the abusers and support horrible people. And I'm like, I love Diablo 2. I had this pre-order beforehand and was just enjoying the game a bit, but still can condemn and hate the people that are abusers. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I say there's value in not letting a creator company's shitty actions take precedent over the things you value. Yeah, how dare you? Yeah, how Dragoon, and I know you're joking, right? And I know you're joking, but that's exactly true. That's exactly true. How dare you move that rock? There were bugs living there. That's an animal's home. How dare you encroach on nature? Nature was here first. How dare you? I don't know what to do. But we'll wrap this up right now. Alert cake. Do I buy followers or not? Like, well, I guess I don't buy followers. Thanks, Lilac. Lilac, you just took that option right off the table for me, Lilac. Unbelievable. We're all sinners. Now, excuse me while I remember if I bought Indivisible. Yeah, I loved Indivisible. Were they a horrible company too? Was Indivisible bad too? How dare you dare? But yeah, to wrap that up, how dare you, Lilac? That bot had a family. But to wrap this up, yes, the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal and King. Sorry, King. I keep forgetting you. I think ultimately there is stuff to be concerned about. There are potential dangers here, but overall, I think this is a good idea. I think this is a good thing. I'm happy to see this happen. As a Warzone player, I'm happy to see a company stepping in who can fix my game. Fix my game, please. Could you please fix Warzone for me? Thank you. Indivisible is a great game. I still want to play that on stream. I am confident. I am cautiously confident about yeah. Your game. Wow, how possessive. Okay, all right, that rant's over. But yeah, cautiously optimistic. So am I. I'm very cautiously optimistic. I prefer to be cautiously optimistic. What did somebody say? Cautiously pessimistic. I prefer to be cautiously optimistic about it. Viewer topics. We'll do this quick. If you have any topics that you would like to discuss, this is your opportunity to do so. I think the first one that I want to bring up is what is it? This Italian parliament meeting or something, Italian government meeting was interrupted by Tifa porn. That's pretty funny. If anybody has a link to the video, I would appreciate that. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Rest in peace, Louis Anderson and Meatloaf. That kind of sucks. Kingdom Hearts Cloud version. I have not watched it, but I've heard that it runs really poorly. I haven't seen any footage on it, but I did hear that it runs really poorly. So, I probably need to check that out first. Asking for a friend. I'm the friend. Okay. Yeah. Sauce, please. How about Final Fantasy 14? Final Fantasy 14 is going back on sale. Not a topic. I just wanted to get that out there. Yeah, they're finally going to start selling that game again. That ought to be really interesting. They're bringing back the free 2 weeks, I think, too, right? Are they bringing back the free 2 weeks for that? Their Zoom info was posted on their Facebook, so of course people got in. Yeah, they didn't even have to hack it, really. Perfect meal to have if I'm on the beach. Perfect meal to have on the beach. Honestly, you want my honest opinion about perfect food for the beach? Like on the beach itself? Nothing. Pizza's always a good food. It's always a good time for pizza. You can get hand food, things like that. Martini's not food, and I don't count the olive or the onion or whatever the heck goes into it. Because sand gets everywhere, man. Sand is everywhere. Hang out on the beach, maybe have a snack, maybe have some fries or something, something really quick. No, you know what works well? Ice cream isn't too bad. Prepackaged stuff, snacks. A prepackaged like a snack cake or something. That's fine. Something but like having meals and stuff on the beach, it doesn't really work for me. I never really like, because sand gets everywhere. I don't know how it does it, but it gets everywhere. Have your time on the beach. Have your beverages. Bottle of water that seals up. You drink it. Bottle of water, and then when it's time for food, go eat food. Go eat food. Don't have a meal on the beach. Hold on. Let me go back up here. Do I have any interest in playing Monster? What is this? Monster Hunter 2 Dose? What's that? I recently stumbled onto a video that questioned whether or not Monster Hunter 2 series became a zombie husk of its former self since 2. Like the Final Fantasy series changed hands after 10 and evolved into something. I don't know. I never played old Monster Hunter games. Monster Hunter World was my first Monster Hunter series, so I never played the old one. I can tell you that I really don't. Later Obscure, have a good one. Thank you for stopping in, of course. I have no real opinions on old Monster Hunter because I never played them. So I don't know how the franchise changed. I can tell you that I don't really have any interest in going back. I feel like with the modern stuff, old stuff is going to feel antiquated to me when it comes to Monster Hunter. I got a screenshot of the Twitter banner ads that shrink the video screen. Wait. Of the Twitch banner ads that shrink the video screen. Oh, did you get that? I'm sorry if you got that. I don't actually set that up. So I'm trying to build a playlist of songs like what I did as a kid. What are bangers I constantly listen to? What are some bangers I listen to on playlists? If I was to because there's bangers from every generation. What kind of music? Let me ask you that. What kind of music? Because I have playlists on YouTube. Where's my dashboard? Let me go to my dashboard here. Let me see what I can link some stuff that I'm listening to now. Hang on. Hey, we're almost at 2,600 followers on YouTube. Content. No. Playlist. hang on. I have so many tabs open right now. I'm so confused. Library. All right. Well, don't play them. I just want to. Nah, stop. I don't want to see them. I just want to. Blue suede shoes? Definitely not. I was never an Elvis person. It's a clip of the Kingdom Hearts Switch. All right, so let me. I'll link that there. I love Monster Hunter. But I'd say if you really like World of Rise, it can be hard to go back. I listen to mostly video game music. Maybe to be topical, video game music. Video game. So for video game music, I would typically listen to soundtracks for specific games. I like a lot of older stuff, so I would go back to something like Blaster Master 1. I still think one of my favorite soundtracks for a video game overall is Darius Twin on the Super Nintendo. I absolutely love that soundtrack. I think there's a lot of great songs in there. It's got a weird vibe to it, so I don't know if that's something that you would be like, that everybody would like. I absolutely love that soundtrack. One I'll give you a banger song. Hold on. We can listen to it a little bit here too. I'm gonna listen to it and let's see if I get in trouble for it. Batman Genesis. Hang on. I'm gonna maybe lower that music there. Is this one? No. No. Hold on. I think I'm on the. No. No, it's not that one. I'm trying to find this one particular song. No. This one. I think it's this one. Yeah, here we go. Does anybody know where this is from? Somebody's gonna know where this is from. I know somebody's gonna know where this is from. Somebody has to know. Well, wait, hold on. Is this not the song? Or am I thinking of the wrong song? Here we go. And it loops after that. So this is from the Sunsoft. Sunsoft makes some banger old soundtracks. Sunsoft had some. Sunsoft did the Journey to Silius game. Blaster Master. This game it's a good game. But that music is banger. Does anybody watch? So that was like stage 4 or 2, I think. Does anybody watch? I think it's Sega Lord X on YouTube. I think it's Sega Lord X that uses it as their closing credits song. That's the first time I heard that song. And I was like, oh, this song is amazing. What is this? And then it's in his credits. Like, it says what it is. So I tracked it down. Yeah. That's a good song. So that's a banger of a song. I like that one. I was about to send you that video, but notice. Yeah, Discord. But yeah, that's like video game music is kind of up. Like, there's a lot of different things that I listen to. It really depends on my mood. Can you give your technical analysis of Tifa's intervention during the Italian Senate session? I would have to have the video first. I would have to have the video, which I think somebody is sending me. I don't know. Yeah, video game music's amazing. The one song that there's another song that I've been listening to right now, which is this song. Here, hold on. No, here we go. Copy. That song. I've been listening to that song. That's a really, really good song. I heard that song first in the Cobalt Club in VR chat. Politics would be a lot more fun if they kept getting interrupted with porn. All right, so let me look through here, see if there's any other topics. So we're gonna wrap up here because I want to get some dinner. Here's the topic. Apparently, PS Now new subs will end this month. Possible new PS Plus subscriptions are on the horizon. Oh, I don't really have a discussion for that. I didn't know anything about that. Okay. Chat should look up Trail on Powdery Snow from Mega Man Zero. Yeah, but as far as video game music goes, especially for like retro sounding music, look up Sunsoft. Sunsoft always had some banger soundtracks for their games. It's interesting to say the least. You don't see a great deal. Just Booba and Cloud's abs and the doggy pose. Full 30 seconds clip of the bold move, giving us 20 extra seconds of audio. Yeah, I remember hearing that. I remember they said that they cut the video off, but the audio ran for a little while longer. Oh, I didn't watch. Yeah, we'll wrap. I didn't watch either one of those trailers. Now I feel like a bad streamer because I didn't watch either one of those trailers. I will watch those trailers right after I finish getting some dinner. Yeah, I didn't. I should have watched the Moon Knight one. I had the Moon Knight one queued up, and then I got busy doing something else, and then I completely forgot about it. Love Katamari on the rocks. We keep that there. Don't automatically play. Thank you. Okay. That's going to do it for this week. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in and for hanging out. Before you go, if you have not yet done so, please go ahead and click follow down below. That would be very much appreciated. And if you've got $5 laying around, or if you've got a free Twitch Prime sub, especially, feel free to use that here. That would be very much appreciated. Also, check the links down below. Follow us over on YouTube, where I every once in a while remember that I have a YouTube channel, and follow us over on Twitter, where I post a lot of different information. If you are watching this on YouTube, also check the links down below. Follow us over on Twitter and follow us over on Twitch, where we stream 5 days a week here. So that would be very much appreciated. I think that's going to do it, though. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping in and for hanging out. I very, very, very much appreciate it. Don't forget to drink your mask, wear your water, social distance whenever possible. Take care of yourself. We will not raid. Actually, hold on. Before we do that, I normally don't raid today because normally I go to the end credits. Maybe we should. So let me see if I can find somebody here to raid, and then we'll do that. So what we'll do, I want to start doing this as a practice. Remind me from now on for the Silver Linings. What we'll do is we'll set up a raid, and then I'm gonna run the credits, and then during the credits I will send the raid over. So please stick around for that, and let me set this raid up here. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't worry about raiding. Hang on 1 second here. All right, so I'm gonna set that up. We're gonna raid. I'm gonna send you over to Digimanda. But thank you again, everybody, for stopping in, for hanging out. Don't forget to drink your mask, wear your water, social distance whenever possible. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great weekend. Play some fun games. Avoid ender lilies, and I will see you all next time.